The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge right here on a Monday.
Yes, sir.
On a Monday. Got Hek'ma Harrison in here. Got Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. Cowboys get that win over the weekend.
Yes,
sir. Boy, oh boy, I was all wrong. I had Carolina winning by a point, 24-23. Church, you had Dallas winning 21-17. Hek'ma, you had the Cowboys winning 17-10. Cowboys get the win 30-14. Handling business.
Yes, they did.
Dominated the football game in the second half. So the
that.
Cowboys on their way with the pick segment. Church, you missed 4 games.
Oh, 4?
4.
6 and 4.
So you got the Cowboys. You didn't do after that, you went off the rafters. See, you took Cleveland over Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad mistake right there. They benched my boy J-Bo.
You took Coach Soul in Miami over Houston. In Houston.
What Tua doing out here?
You know what he doing.
3-4 picks.
You know what he doing.
What's the other two? What's the other two we got going
Brain
on?
scrambled out there. You took Detroit at home against Buffalo.
The dust. You know what the dust? Man, go play the lottery right now.
And,
I went straight dust with you, baby.
So, I was with you.
I took Detroit. In Detroit?
I took Detroit.
Campbell tripping, but we'll talk about that.
I messed up taking your Chargers.
Yeah, I told you, you should have went with me. When I don't pick the Chargers, you know what time it is.
I took the Chargers.
Old shake and bake.
You and I both took Seattle. Lost.
Man, little bums up there, man.
Lost. So Hek'ma picked everything perfect. Perfecto. Perfection.
Hey, real quick, just so I get the books clear. Did Church pick Cleveland?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he missed 5 games this past week. Just letting you know.
Cleveland 24-20. What 5? What's the other one?
What's the other one?
San Francisco, which was the Thursday night game. He missed that one. Okay.
You started the week off right.
He went San Francisco, Cleveland.
That's right.
I got Miami, Detroit, Seattle. That's 5. He went 5-5.
Lad.
Who did San Fran play? Who they play?
The Rams.
The Rams. The Rams got him on Thursday night.
Poke on them.
Puka and them, man. I got to come back right here. We got 2 tonight, though.
Yeah,
right? We got 2 tonight.
Got 2 tonight.
Got 2 tonight.
Hek'ma's got perfection so far.
Yeah,
I love it when we pick 10 games because it makes it much more interesting.
So far.
But we're all basically. You seen the games tonight? We're all gonna go to the same place. We're all going to the same place tonight. We all gonna pick the same. So it is what it is.
Heck was going 12-0.
Yeah, hey, good on you, baby. Good on you. Good on you. Good on. Hey.
I just wonder why y'all voice everything. Y'all
praying on
voice
your
go up an
downfall.
octave when y'all talking about my win streak.
Never happened.
It never happened. Wait, I'm 1 away.
Ain't never happened.
Hey,
Never went
don't
perfect?
never say never.
He still ain't go perfect yet.
Now,
He's
now,
got tonight. Got tonight.
But here's the thing: Newy went perfect in week 13. So,
Yeah.
But we only picked 6 games.
We only picked 6. The margin for error.
10 for 10 is it's legit. It's legit.
All I can do is do what Chris put out there.
That's
So
right.
he went 6, he went 6, with 10, with 10. But
I don't even know.
So I have such respect. We let the show off. With
That's true.
Appreciate it, though.
That is true.
Appreciate that, though. I appreciate that. On behalf of Oak Cliff.
South Oak Cliff in the state, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like how you put that through. And we're talking about the high school finals and who's going to state, but Barry put in the group chat, Duncanville got upset.
Yeah, I do, because I don't really follow the high school game like that. But when I seen it on TV, I said, Duncanville got upset?
by Tyler Smith's alma mater.
Yes.
Who's at the
North Crowley?
North Fort Worth squad. I didn't know they had ball like
They
that.
call
up north in
themselves
Fort Worth.
Goon City. It's for real.
Is there a lot of shiesties at Goon?
No.
Okay.
It's Goon on the field.
Okay, all right.
Goon
I
City.
got you. No, Duncanville, though. Yes. South Clayton. They in the state, though.
You know your neighborhood is good.
You going to the game?
Nah, I ain't gonna make that one. Man, so you know they got that tradition up there with the blonde tips or something crazy.
Yeah.
Someone's like, yeah, they doing all that. I'm like, you ain't doing that. I'll tell you right now.
Man, what?
Lil BC wanted the blonde
Man, you
tips?
crazy.
Say that now. What did Russell Maryland's son do?
Did he
did it.
He frosted them tips.
Frosted the tips.
Hey, Russell.
He's in the church. You saying it now? Son, we're going bald this month.
Yep. It'll grow back.
Son, what we're doing
There's
is
Cowboys ties
going
there.
for he's going for that bald like Jordan look this month.
It
Get yourself
is.
focused for the playoffs. So that's the way you get out of it there.
Crazy
So. Rico Dowdle.
Frosted.
How about that? Rico, 25 carries, 149 yards.
Ooh.
Dallas ran the ball 40 times to Charlotte for 211 yards on third down. They were 6 of 12. So the offense brought what they wanted to, and even more impressive was the offensive line.
Yeah. Who picked them for the Yeti Cool customer? Did either one of y'all?
Who'd I pick?
I didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe mixing my weeks up because I know for a few of those weeks the Yeti Cool customer was the whole offensive line.
Oh yeah, it was the unit.
It was the whole unit. So I don't remember one of y'all did that or not.
No, I did special teams.
Special team. Okay,
Yeah,
I know somebody took a
They
whole.
showed
unit.
up.
Yeah, they did.
Showed up.
Well, the whole thing was, just
Y'all don't mess. Don't mess.
don't activate anything. Don't get nothing
None of that.
blocked.
No, none
no
of
hero ball. Just do a regular job. So that's what
That's
they
all
did.
they had to do.
That's what they did.
I love that play. I love those plays with Kevontae Turpin when he came in on the big gainer that he had. But Rico Dowdle, man, look. I'm not on the bandwagon. All right, completely. I'm just saying these last couple of games, Rico Dowdle has showed you enough patience, and he is running that thing downhill. This offensive line is giving him a two-way go, and I love the way that they look. I mean, they look like the continuity. They are gelling, running back to offensive line, and Barry Church talked about it. How do you get a guy in a rhythm if you're always pulling him? You've given two plays, and you're starting to see when a guy's able to get into a rhythm. 25, 149, that's not bad
At all.
The problem that I have with Rico Dowdle is that he only has one touchdown on the season. I mean, you're having all this success, and I think as we've looked down the line at other running backs that have had success, it's the multiple touchdowns that also adds to it. That one really is kind of like. Is okay? Is a good year? Is a bad? Where does he fall in that? He only has one touchdown.
He got some of those vultured away though a little bit, right? Didn't Zeke come in there early on and take a couple of those lip keys?
When he gets out, this church.
Oh, I know what they're gonna say.
He's a free agent.
Get to take these papers. Let me compare you over here.
Wait a minute. I go to the book of integrity.
Analytically,
It hurt.
You know what's going to happen. It happens to all of them.
He's going to get a contract offer in the offseason from several, he'll have offers. He's a free agent. He'll have offers. But you're going to look, Hek'ma, it's right there. You're going to look at the touchdown numbers and something, hey.
When it starts with hey, it's over.
We'll do this. We'll incentivize over here.
Yes, sir.
But, it's not like basically, he's not getting a Josh Jacobs contract like he got, when we went from the Raiders to Green Bay. No. But there's going to be an offer, but not having the touchdowns, it's like being a corner out there, a DB out there without the interceptions behind you.
Y'all think they're going to offer him?
I don't know if they.
I don't see it.
Okay, what do you offer?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the question. What do you offer?
What do they offer? I don't know.
I don't see it.
I don't know because,
I think it all depends on how you draft. I think it depends on how you draft, how you look to that. And I think if I'm in that draft room right now, I'm prioritizing running back.
100%.
But the thing is, your free agency starts in March, draft is in April. So
Absolutely.
You got to make this choice before on Rico,
right.
before you draft. And I don't know what you're going to offer him because in your free agent list, you got Dowdle there now. Jordan Lewis is going to be up. Also, Diggy Zua is up.
Oh yeah. Also, done played his.
Those are just a couple of your free.
Also, he done played his. He's gonna be too expensive, man. He's gonna be too expensive.
Brock Hoffman is up. So you've got a lot of guys that you got to think about here. And so you got to ask yourself, what is the price tag that you're going to put on Rico Dowdle? And you bring up the one touchdown. That's legitimate. Of where do we place his value at? Because you want a guy that can punch these things in. And do you see him as a number one? Because if I'm his agent, I'm coming, hey, man, number one. And I don't want to pour gasoline or pour, should say, I don't want to pull the fire extinguisher off on his fire that he's had right now. But the last 2 games have been against defenses that,
Questionable.
Very.
ain't no steel curtain, no doomsday. I mean, Carolina's bad. That's what you should do to a bad defensive team. Cincinnati is bad.
Yeah.
That's what you should do against a bad defensive team. Run the ball. This week against Todd Bowles in Tampa Bay, let's see what you got. Then next week, you go to Philadelphia. Let's see what you got. You bust 100 on Philly. Okay. Sunday Night Football, everybody's watching. Tampa Bay, Todd Bowles, defensive guy.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do. That's how you get your bread, in my opinion. But right now, I don't know what to make. Yes, they beat Carolina. They were underdogs. They showed resiliency. All those dudes on the team from the Carolinas came out and showed out, man. Rico Dowdle, he's from North Carolina.
Rico.
Brooks caught touchdown pass. He's from North Carolina. So, hey, man, go
Home cooking.
Going out there, get your Bojangles and get out there and make it feel good, everybody, man. You dispersed out your tickets. You look good. So I'm happy for those guys, man. That's outstanding. You're a 6-8 football team.
Yeah.
I talked a little bit about the chat. How do you look at this team now? 6-8. Here are your other 6-8 teams. San Francisco lost in the Super Bowl last year. They are 6-8. Banged up too, like the Cowboys. We've lost a lot of people. Saw Diggs going. He's gonna miss the rest of the season now. So you got that. Indianapolis, their quarterback's terrible.
Yeah, he got
bad.
Cincinnati 6-8.
Their quarterback's terrible. Cap Alpha, sorry. Cincinnati is 6-8. They beat you.
They did.
You
beat you.
You had them.
Go
beat.
say it.
You
Special teams.
You beat you.
The Wild and the special teams.
activated.
Yeah. You beat you. Go ahead.
Activated.
Who's the other ones?
Miami, Coach Soul.
Yeah.
Coach Soul, but these guys starting quarterback. Then Atlanta is 6-7. They play tonight. They beat the brakes off you. So of the other 6-8 teams, how do you see the Cowboys and what Mike McCarthy's done? Okay, let's just look at the coaches because I had one of my guys yesterday said Mike McCarthy's doing a real good job. You think about everything he's lost, he's doing a real good job. What? I'm just telling you.
See this? All right, go ahead.
This is what it is. This is what a fellow
He's
is.
setting us up right now. You good. Now, go ahead, bro. What did your good friend say to you?
That's when I started to look at. Let's look at this because I just said it's Carolina. It's Carolina.
Yeah.
What about the other 6-8 teams? So Kyle Shanahan, 6-8 right now. What do you think about the job he's done this year? And no, by the way, he beat you.
Yeah,
he did.
Handle it.
He smacked you.
Okay.
He smacked you.
The natives are, by the way, they're restless out in the West Coast with Kyle Shanahan. Right?
I mean, and they should be, but at the same time, he's dealing with some significant injuries as well. Hadn't had his running back all season. Loses another running back. He's lost. They signed a guy. One of his top receivers signed a guy to a contract, and he's out defensively. They've been beat up. I mean, that's a lot. And then it's so crazy when people get this recency bias thing down with Shanahan. The last 5 years, the last 5 Super Bowls, he's been in 2 of them.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I mean. You don't get a chance to reload, recalibrate something.
Yeah, it was in the Super Bowl. Dan Quinn too was OC out there for Atlanta. So that's they're 6-8. Shane Steichen, Indianapolis.
God. It's a bad team.
Yeah.
They got quarterback issues.
Yeah, big time.
They got quarterback issues there.
Issues, man.
And your boy Jonathan Taylor gonna run to the end zone and drop the ball.
He's a vet too, man.
But I mean, if you watch enough football, you've seen that happen a couple of times, and that don't mean it's smart. It's the dumbest thing that you possibly could do in football. But I mean, it's happened. I mean,
critical because it would have been like 20-7 had he scored. But yeah,
my thing is, what's the celebration? Like, what's the difference between dropping it when you're already in and then just early dropping it? Like, are you saying, "Oh, I'm good"? I'm like, I don't get that.
As a defensive player, what would you do if you saw Taylor do that when he was on the team?
If I'm on the same team as Taylor, I'm letting them know that was a dumb, mistake. Like, what are you doing? Even though he's probably the best player on the squad, you're not above everybody else as far as being accountable. Like, that was a
stupid,
dumb, mistake. Like, you gotta let them know.
So Shane Steichen, Colts, 6-8.
Yeah.
Quarterback issues are crazy.
Cincinnati, Zach Taylor, 6-8.
It's a bad franchise.
Defense trash.
It's just a bad franchise.
Soft team.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but at the same time, you got a quarterback that's out there that's putting up MVP numbers.
Oh, he's going crazy.
He's putting up MVP numbers.
crazy.
You know, nobody want to pay attention to Joe Burrow and what he's doing out there. Joe Burrow's having a hell of a season with a bad team.
Tell him, heck.
They won't help him. They won't help him.
Man, it's 6-8.
No, he's
let's
6.
relax.
He's 6-8,
Let's
but
relax.
he's on a boat. He's on an island by himself. We saw it last week.
He's not by himself now.
Him and Chase. That's
About to say, he ain't
No.
by himself.
No.
Got
Him
some
and
boys with him
Chase
now.
are thugging it out.
They got an ace and a king. After that, they got a bunch of twos.
Ooh, T. Higgins trash?
Who?
T. Higgins.
Come on now, like
He's 7.
Yeah.
y'all vicious. What? Y'all vicious.
Yeah.
He got 2 in the possible.
Thank you. It depend on the hand.
Y'all boys are
possible, they work.
vicious.
Possible.
You know,
I'm not even talking about balling
that
out.
possible ain't working against a good team.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, T's
6 and 8. bro.
possible?
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
Wow. All right, but their 6 and 8 is better than
Okay.
here, right? We're going.
Yes, their 6 and 8 is better than here. It is. It is.
It
It is because they beat you.
They did.
Even
They
if
did.
you was right there. Coach Soul, 6 and 8 Miami.
I can't put my finger on something because you got the players, and you know if Tua was healthy all season, it might have been different. But then you look at last week, and Tua goes out there against Houston, it looks god awful. Turns the ball over at an immense clip.
Then you got
That's bad.
Then you got Raheem Morris, first year out of Atlanta. They give Kirk Cousins.
Can't
And he
fool
been
Kirk.
Kirk Cousins, but he beat you. We
He
get
did.
breaks off of you.
He did.
So he's 6. So then, how do you look at Mike and what's happening, and you look at these other coaches who are also right there in the same boat? Do you sign up for 4 more years of this? Is this a good? We've got to measure it, guys.
Yeah.
Jerry even said we've got to measure it at the end of the year. Right now, how are you measuring it?
I'm measuring it by you not having a good roster coming into this season, by you having a new defensive coordinator that dealt with a ton of injuries. I mean, what is it, doomed from the start? You know, there were guys like Barry Church that sat there and told us that it was a 9-8 team, and it's starting to kind of look like that, but it was based off of the talent. It was the talent on the team, looking at the roster, and I mean, the injuries have been the great undoing of this team. When you sent me the text yesterday about Diggs, I could have just threw up, man. I was like, how does this keep happening? I mean, what else? Who else? I mean, and you're not just losing, you know, your run-of-the-mill player. You're losing your star players. You're losing guys that last week we were talking about getting Bland and Diggs on the same field at the same time. It's like we've never seen that. And now you're asking yourself, hell, will you ever see it?
So, in Church, you had them 9-8 wild card. Still had to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I still had them, but that's
rebuilding
out the window.
and making the playoffs.
That's out the window, playoff wise.
Soft rebuild.
It's just, it's wild to
They
me how
still could go 9-8.
They ain't going 9-8, man.
They still could.
Ain't no, because they ain't gonna beat Philly, and depending on if Washington clinches, they might be resting starters. So maybe, but I don't see it anymore. But it's crazy. It's like the roller coaster. Because if we're being honest, man, dead honest, we look at the whole season, not just these past couple games. Before Cass was getting injured, this team didn't look good. Do we forget what the Saints did to this team week 2? Yeah. Do we forget what Baltimore came in? It did to this team. You got a couple injuries, and that's hurt a lot. Because since Micah Parsons been back, that defense has picked it up a lot. But overall, I mean, we're looking at this team like, man, they were killing teams until the injury started. That's not the case. I will give Mike McCarthy this credit. The team has not given up on him. And they're fighting for him. So I will give him credit when that comes to it.
Now, as a defensive player, they started off rough, new defense, and we spoke about it. Carpenter doesn't have his tools. So Zimmer didn't have his tools. He has figured something out here. You got 6 sacks yesterday. You get 4 turnovers against Cincinnati. That was a good defensive job. You got Micah back here. Clearly, we see that he makes a difference. So when you say, hey, man, how did you start here? You're right. They didn't start good, but isn't coaching about being able to look at what do I have, where are my warts, and making things look better? And just
that's
saying,
a part
you know,
of it.
I mean, in my eyes, I think that's what look, Green Bay last year was rough for a minute. Then at the end, we saw him get it done. So I look at, to me, that's just me. Yeah. I look at it right there. But 6-8 right now. Are you ready to say, let's bring it back with Mike McCarthy? Let's go to a break, marinate on it.
Because I got this, man.
Marinate on
we
it.
talking about I'm talking about a start. We talking about all the way to week. Man, let's go ahead.
With Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, I'm Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
The sheet of it.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
The most electrifying event of the holiday season is here. Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant, is back at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday and Saturday night from November 22nd through December 21st for the spectacular holiday show with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, Rhythm and Blue, Rowdy, Santa Claus, and a surprise tree lighting appearance from your favorite Cowboys heroes. Best of all, the show is free. For details, visit thestardistrict.com. Don't miss out on the holiday magic.
Free. Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. The Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church, former Cowboys safety. I am Newy Scruggs. So Cowboys is 6-8. They get themselves a 30-14 win at Carolina. They were underdogs. They're now 6-8. They still are mathematically in the playoff race. They will play Sunday night. They'll play Sunday night on NBC. No flex. You don't flex.
Oh, man.
You don't flex a Mike McCarthy.
That's crazy.
You don't flex Big Mike. With a shot. Got a shot.
That is
against the first place Buccaneers and Todd Bowles. They keep trying to fire Todd. They keep trying to run a brother out. Todd is Rasputin. He out here. I'm still winning. Todd, Baker Mayfield outdueled your boy, Justin Herbert.
He did. Shake and bake.
First place Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Cowboys.
I can't wait till we talk about this team. Like, y'all know I don't have no other boys. All right, Cowboys my team, but I have some teams that I admire. Tampa is one of them.
Tampa,
teams.
You like Tampa?
I like Tampa and I like LA, the Rams.
LA and Tampa.
Good coaches. Got some good coaches out there. Yeah. So back to our conversation.
You think all right. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it.
These 6-8 Cowboys. You want justice for Mike McCarthy.
I'm just keeping it.
She's not settling for anything less.
That's not me.
Treat box from Pizza Hut. Featuring pizza,
man. What you got going on?
Hey, what's going on there?
Hey, man.
Is that a Papa John's commercial?
It's on ESPN. It's ESPN.
Is that a Papa John's commercial?
So
I think that was Papa John's. Is that Papa John's? It sounds like it, didn't it?
Thank you, Lord. Yes, thank you, God.
I tell you what.
Is this happening on NBC5?
Is that me? No, that ain't me.
try to trick you out your spot.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut that off.
Sorry, ESPN. I was trying to look at the. You know how to play the video? I was looking at the video of the line because the line breaking news. The Lions losing their running back Montgomery for the season, the defensive coordinator, and then that video hit.
Yeah.
So I had like that and it hit anyway. Sorry.
What was you asking?
Well, you know.
I forgot.
The
Papa John's.
Baby. The Shakaroni.
Shakaroni.
You know, that's all I eat. Shakaronis. Dog team. So Mike McCarthy 6-8. Barry is apparently wanting justice when you get what you deserve.
It's just the truth. It's just what it is. Like Go ahead.
Do you get any goodwill from 12-5 seasons? Do you get any goodwill from that?
3 of them.
12-5.
Do you get any? Does anything in those 12-5 seasons say to you that like Mike McCarthy turned this offense around after relieving Kellen Moore, and first in the NFL in offense, he has won a playoff game? Is there any goodwill there for Mike? Or are you just basically saying, even with the injuries, even with the lack of talent on this roster, it's still coaching malpractice and he was the reason and you need a different voice in here?
No, I'm not going to say it's malpractice. I think Mike McCarthy's a hell of a coach. Like, we're going to keep it a bean. He's a hell of a coach. 12-5, Super Bowl champ. I'm not going to take any of that away from him. But I go back to what Newy told us at the beginning of all this, before he came up in here. What was the man brought here to do? He was brought here to get this team over the hump and get them past a divisional round because he is a Super Bowl winning coach, and he was supposedly the guy that's going to be able to take this roster who had multiple All-Pros. We ain't talking about he took over a roster like Chicago's or something like that. Right. This guy got a roster and was supposed to be able to get this team over the hump, and it just hasn't happened yet. Okay. I mean, that's just what it is. What it is. It hasn't happened yet. You've had those 12-5 seasons. You've had those shots to be able to get over the hump, and it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Now, that's when it comes down to
the 5-year contract is up.
It is up. So it's like, do you want to run it back and see what can happen?
And you're saying if you run it back, you're going to run it back to a little bit of the same from what you see in the Dallas Cowboys this year, or from the Dallas Cowboys in those 12-5 seasons?
I think when he runs it back, he'll have a better roster next year. Right. I believe so. He'll have a better roster next year. So he may get back to those 12-5 teams. He may get back to having all of those All-Pros. But what evidence do we have that once this team gets to the playoffs that he can be able to get what other coaches haven't been able to get out of this team? Okay. Do we have the evidence of that? No. We've gone to the playoffs multiple times. And what has happened? You've stepped into the playoffs. You've won against Tampa Bay. I'll give you that. You had that win against Tampa Bay. But other than that, it's been a no-show. Like, you're going into these games, and it's not like, man, you lost by a field goal, or, man, it was a hard-fought contest, and this, that, and that. No.
Now, great. Okay, so you stand on that then right now. So Church is standing on it's not good enough. Make a change. Contract is up. Thank you very much. We appreciate your 5 years. Let's go a different place. Therein lies the challenge for all these teams where we see 6 to 7 openings every year. Where do you go? Because, oh, by the way, it can and usually does get worse.
Yeah.
Usually does.
Yeah. Before it gets better.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Hiring a coach is one of the hardest things to do in business. It just is. You go about every sport. Mm-hmm. Hey, we made this change and now we're better off. I mean, for most teams, the improvements almost never happen.
That is true.
I look at Mike McCarthy and I look at where he is in the games that he's won and the guys that are currently coaching and where he ranks amongst his peers, and he's tops amongst them. And it's like, even those things don't get brought up. Even you talk about the playoff win against Tampa Bay. That was the Tampa Bay team that won the Super Bowl the year before you dethroned the champion. That doesn't get talked about.
In Tampa.
You could talk about the guys that you drafted that didn't work out in the first round and some of those other picks, but you don't come back to the All-Pros and the other guys that you picked. Like, to me, it is so curious to me how people in the Dallas media disrespect Mike McCarthy. He's not getting a mulligan for this year at all. And everything that he does, and the thing that to me that may be his great undoing is the penalties. That team last night, look, you said they hadn't quit on him, but when I see these penalties, I go, damn, I I know if anybody's driving crazy, it's got to be driving Mike crazy, because that's not something that he's coaching. Like, those things he knows, they're drive killers. It's making you look bad as a coach when you get down into the red zone and you turn the ball over. I mean, what team lacks concentration and execution when you get into the red zone? That's usually a coaching thing. And so, to me, like I'm saying, like, even in this position that he's in with the musical chairs at the offensive line, this running game is starting to turn its way around. Like, he is doing the best that whatever he has in the cupboards right now, he's doing the best damn job he can with what he has. And I think as you go through you narrate this whole entire season, the injuries that he's had to deal with is going to be his great undoing if he's not here.
That's where you look for the mercy. You're providing mercy. Church, you want justice. And my question always is with anyone who's trying to make a move, where are you going to go next? Jets, where are you going next? Saints, where are you going to go? What's the strategy? Because it's easy to just fire people. Where do you go next?
Yeah.
And I don't know who's the obvious candidate. And if you want to bring up Ben Johnson, the coordinator with Detroit, and you talk about his list of what he wants, $15 million, and the person is not here. Bill Belichick is now coaching in North Carolina.
Frat party. Not paying Bill.
It's lit.
Are you going to?
Yes.
Are you going to hire a first-time head coach in Aaron Glenn?
I wouldn't do
Or
it
are you
either.
going to say, you know what? Hey, Mike Zimmer, we like what you did from defense. Go ahead and become the head coach because I know you.
Why do you say no to Zim?
To Zim?
Yeah.
His side of the football.
Yeah.
Ain't even top notch. So
Now.
the whole season.
Yeah.
So why don't we move that up?
Once again, you didn't get a carpenter his tools.
What you mean? So he wasn't the guy that brought in Phillips? He wasn't the guy that brought in
That's all they had.
Kendricks?
And they gave him a stipend.
Hey,
they gave him a
where you wanna
stipend.
go?
They said, look, you can find everything that you can, but it's got to be with this number on it.
So
And
they're
that's
going to
all they could
automatically
get.
You sent the man at 5 and below.
Are you sure? All right, so if they didn't give McCarthy, if they didn't give McCarthy his tools, what makes you think they're going to give Zimmer his tools next year?
But the next, no, that's boom. That's my pay. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
I'm with you. They're going to have to give somebody his tools if they expect for them to be successful. Somebody going to have to get them.
Let's dive in a couple topics here. And then after this break, Micah Parsons addressed possible trade rumors. How do we feel about the Heisman Trophy vote? And we got to pick the Monday night game here.
Oh, you was there. You was on. Heisman 10?
This is.
You was right. Go play that lottery, man. Go play that lottery.
I will. Y'all don't see me tomorrow.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
to the Players Lounge.
Capture a frame-worthy family holiday photo with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa will be spreading holiday cheer at his cowboy-themed cottage in the Star District from November 22nd through the December 24th. For more information and to book your visit, head to thestardistrict.com/Santa.
Hek'ma Harrison in the house. He's Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. So after the game, Micah Parsons was asked about an NFL Network report saying that the Cowboys could trade him in the offseason. And Micah said it's a business. He understands, wants to be here. Obviously, we all know he's up for a massive contract. Stephen Jones said, you know what, we want Micah here. We like him. One of my reporter buddies said, hey, man, Jerry's the last one holding on. And I just laughed. And I just said this. Anybody think Khalil Mack is a good football player?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a damn good football player.
Has he won a Defensive Player of the Year award?
Yeah.
What did the Raiders get for him? And have they done anything since he left town?
Nada.
It's the Khalil Mack curse.
That's true. They ain't did nothing.
Okay, so you get rid of good.
Although Max Crosby's good. Wait a minute. Max Crosby's good too. Okay. I just want to make sure I say that because that's got to say. But Max is the man.
It was, hey, we don't want to pay this man. John Gruden said we don't pay this man. We're gonna move. We're gonna trade. What did you get with it? So people, I don't know if you've seen your social media pages. People, trade him and get picks. What are you getting?
And what's the guarantee that those picks are going to be anything? Like you might get a starter or two, but you're talking about a guy that's, man, he's on a legendary arc right now. I mean, this is a guy that you saw as soon as he gets back from those injuries, how much he impacts the game and turns it over for your defense. Like this, we're not talking about a guy that, is a flash player up and down. He's, great ceiling, low floor. We're talking about a guy that's a game changer at one of the marquee positions on the football field. Not, a safety or a linebacker. This is a guy that rushes the passer and does it, I'd say, top 3 in the National Football League. Right. So that's a guy that you build around, like an edge rusher or a quarterback. Those are the two guys, in my opinion, that you want to build your franchise around. And you got a special one in Micah Parsons. Is the tab going to be outrageous? Of course it is. It should be. The guy, he deserves it. So you don't trade that for possibilities, which you never know. You never know. So to me, it would make no sense to trade Parsons. He's just too much of an impact player.
This is a waste of oxygen. And this is what they call dumb sports talk. When you talk about trading Micah Parsons, it is, 17 multi-sack games, and when you look at the trajectory of other guys' careers, these are amongst the greats that have played the game. He is one away from tying Richard Dent, played for the Chicago Bears. You don't remember him; he was really good, and is also a Hall of Famer. But this is what happens, man, when you give people, fantasy football, man. It's fantasy football. It's some guy in nowhere, Nebraska, that's on his phone talking about trade Mozzie and trade Micah and get these picks.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. His PFF grade is that's dumb, man.
The trading of him
dumb, man.
I'm telling you right now, these reports and some of the people who are coming up with them, and as I talk to other folks, they're saying there are folks in this building who are saying this. That's wild. About openly talking about it. So it's not some dude in the basement. This is being picked up from some folks in the building. I go back into the simple thing. Micah Parsons is a blue chip player. How many blue chip players are on this team after Micah Parsons? One. Your kicker.
That's it.
The kicker.
Yeah, that's it.
Newy, was anybody talking about that with Zach Martin? When Zach Martin was in his prime, did anybody talk about, trading Zach Martin? Was there ever any trade rumors for Zach Martin during his time?
No.
Is there any Tyron Smith, when Tyron Smith was in his prime, was anybody saying it? No. I think it's weird. I think it's weird that you find a player, you go into the draft, you draft a guy, he turns out to be exactly what you need him to be. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, he's a force multiplier. He's a guy that can play anywhere on the defense. And every team in the NFL that comes up against the Dallas Cowboys are trying to find where number 11 is. It's not 50 is the Mike. It's saying there's number 11. It's not 50 is the Mike. It's not 50 is the Mike. There's number 11. 11 is over here, okay? Yeah. That's because you got to know where he is. Every game plan when you play against the Dallas Cowboys is to stop Micah on defense. Now, the problem is we talk about free agents and all of this stuff. We can't waste any money on players that are maybes. We need guys that can actually do it, and that's why I'm saying Jay Lou has to come back because he's a bona fide piece. Who can play with Micah is the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement here.
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy goes to Travis Hunter of Colorado. Are we in agreement? I saw the man play.
What you got, Newy?
I saw the man play. The first game in Colorado, came out to TCU. I talked to Dennis Thurman, who was with them at Jackson State and was his defensive coordinator, and then he was at Colorado, and he just said, yeah. And I remember this kid, Josh Newton, plays for the Bengals now. They had a little press conference beforehand, and at the press conference ends, he looks around and says to the media, "Oh, you're not going to ask me about it? Oh, Travis Hunter, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about Travis. I'm ready." Yeah. Then the SID, like, hey guys, don't use that. Mm-hmm. He went out there and gave it to him, son. Gave it to them. Dude played both ways on a hot day. Yeah. Hot day. And then watch Chandler Morris try to test him. Because they were up there. So these kids was up there, and letting kids get all drunk up there. Yeah, man, you ain't overrated. So,
watch this.
It was right there, goal line. He threw it. Travis picked that thing and he got up and said, "Who said it?"
I saw that. I remember that.
Who said it? Everybody got hung.
Hush mouth.
It was Thurston. He said it.
Thurston is ill.
Put on a show. Okay? They leave here, and at the press conference, they asked Sonny Dykes, was your team cramping up? Travis Hunter wasn't cramping up.
Yeah.
Went both ways. I never seen nothing like that. So that was the first time I saw this man play, and he's continued to do this. He won that Heisman Trophy. I know Ashton Genty said, I felt like I should have walked away with it, but when's the last time we've seen anyone play both ways like that? And by the way, the Thorpe Award should be embarrassed.
Oh, yeah, they tripping. They
ashamed of themselves. They should write an apology letter to Travis
every year, the Thorpe, the Bolitnikov, somehow they find a way to fumble these situations right here. But this is bad. And I told y'all before, I called Ashton Genty's games when he played at Frisco Lone Star. He was amazing as a running back. Should have never left the state. I don't know how he ended up going to Boise. His loyalty in the transfer portal era kept him at Boise. And kudos to him because he could have gone somewhere else. His numbers are astronomical and crazy, but people are always going to say, who did you play against? And not many people are up watching Boise football when he's playing his games. But there's not to take anything away from Travis. I just want to say how great his year's been, but I ain't never seen anything like Travis Hunter. And he is something different when it comes down to playing the game of football and being able to play on both sides of the field. Now, you being a former pro, do you think that
he could do that in the pros?
Yes.
Nah, man. He can have packages on, get you some packages here on offensive side of football like Dion back in the day, but you can't tell me you're going to go from hitting Derrick Henry one play and then 2 seconds later you got to line up and play. That's not going to happen. I mean, guys in this league are too good, so he can have packages in the league.
Where do you put him at then?
I personally think he could be an unreal corner. He has the ball skills already, athleticism. He just got to get somebody to fine tune his technique. Yeah. But other than that, the sky's the limit at the corner position for me. He got all the athletic ability, long, rangy, strong, not afraid to put his nose in there. Yeah, to me, his spot got to be corner.
All right, Monday Night Football. Let's go. Chicago at Minnesota. Give me Minnesota 31-16. Church.
Yeah, give me Minnesota. I need a huge game out of Sam Darnold, man. Fantasy on the ropes.
This might be my time.
What's your score?
Oh, I need a big. So give me 45 to 28.
This might be my time. This might be. I can show a little brilliance here.
Oh, man.
Now I'm going Minnesota. Okay. Don't you? I ain't messing up.
Show me your brilliance.
I'm going 28. I'm going 28-13.
You go 12 for 12.
Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, they lost 4 in a row.
Gotta
At
play.
Vegas against Antonio Pierce.
Ooh.
Hek'ma, Mr. Undefeated.
This is 12. This is it right here. This is the game.
This the game, man.
This is the game, right
That's
here.
the one, right?
Vegas.
What do you got, man?
Show me, Heck.
Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Atlanta on this.
Kinfolk
I'm
Kirk.
gonna go Kinfolk Kirk.
Kinfolk
He ain't gonna get me. I'll go ahead Kinfolk, and I'm gonna go. I'll go 20. I go 20-9. 29 on this one.
Kinfolk. It's in Vegas?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Kinfolk. He needs it bad, man. 'Cause they already
jump
champ
out
for
the cake.
Penix, man.
Do
I'm
it,
going.
Newy.
Give me Kinfolk.
Do it, Newy.
21-14.
Do it, Newy.
24-16 Falcons. So
I
told you we were all gonna be right there together.
man.
I told you we was gonna. I told you
How did only rush for 32 yards?
Because that OVO. That's why.
Because that.
Choosing that. Choosing that OVO.
No, now you. This guy right here,
He's
boy.
something, ain't he?
That's what he
He's something that. He's talking about some OVO.
He switched your size quick, boy. Yo.
I thought Roll Tide had something for him. He ain't had nothing.
Yeah, ooh-wee.
That's why you gonna bring McCarthy back. Resilience.
Yeah.
Resilience. Rooted.
Carpenter with the tools, baby.
The slogan. Rooted.
Yeah, it is, man.
Hek'ma Harrison here on a Monday.
Y'all wow,
Church,
man.
And that's why you enjoy the show.
Y'all wow.
That's why you enjoy the show. It's a wild show,
Can't
guys. It's a
folk.
wild show. Newy Scruggs.
The next thing you know,
Goodbye.
5 more years.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?